dude, you're gonna be rocking. You're gonna be
We'll see
rocking.
about that. Yeah, I'm excited about it. I mean, we got Core 4, we got Sea Otter. What else are we gonna try to do as a team? What other events?
We're gonna do Iowa, call for, right?
I just said that.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
assuming we're probably going to do Rebecca's Private Idaho, but maybe not this year because that's early in the season, huh?
No, that's later.
Is it later?
Yeah, we might be able to swing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
You know, I think
if you get an offer for that, that's a fun race.
I think Ashley has met Rebecca. I was asking her today about it, and she's met Rebecca before.
Oh, we're live, by the way.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Rebecca used to do the Eco Challenge and all those adventure races. You know, she used to do
Who
a
is
bunch
this? Who are we talking about?
Rebecca Rush.
No, yeah, that she does that Rebecca's Private Idaho race, right?
Yeah, but she used to do Eco Challenge and adventure races.
Yeah, that'd be a cool one to do.
And the Flat Tire, when it was started, it was an American Adventure Sports. That was its first iteration. And Ashley's partner there was former, I think he was a former Special Forces type dude.
Whoa.
And he used to do the adventure races all over the place. And yeah.
Dude, what a small world. Like, it's crazy how like bike shops and races and things like that, like you cross paths with people that you would never think that you would. But man, so you guys been riding outside a lot, I would assume?
I rode outside. Aria?
No. At one point this week was 0 degrees. No, I did not go outside.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. At one point, maybe twice.
You got something over your left shoulder that makes me a little sad. But your trainer.
Notice I'm hiding mine. I'm hiding my bike.
Oh, you're hiding. Yours is right there. Yeah. You're another indoor trainer kind of guy. Grandma's being a naysayer.
All right,
I don't have to have a trainer. It's going to be 55 degrees here tomorrow. Like I'll be out riding in shorts and a t-shirt.
Here's what I did. So I've been doing the trainer. I got a little training plan going. And a couple weeks ago, and I'm doing the Ruby thing. A couple weeks ago, I pull up, I want to do a FTP. So I type in search FTP on Ruby, and it gives me this FTP test, 20 minutes. And I get on there and I'm pedaling. I'm like, this isn't harder. This isn't getting any harder. So I don't know what I did wrong. But at the end of it, it's like your FTP is like 210.
Oh, no, I'm winning at that point.
And I was like, man, all right, well. So I started this program. I'm talking to some a buddy the other day, and he's like, it's wrong. It's got to be wrong. He's like, you need to find a different. So I'm on the trainer the other day, and I'm like, I'm searching, and it's not listed as an FTP test. It's listed as a ramp test.
Oh, yeah, you're supposed to go until.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember I did it last year.
It wasn't stepping up the power.
Yeah.
It wouldn't step up the power because like
it was a 20-minute FTB thing. I don't know what it was, but it said FTP test. It's labeled wrong. I don't know what it. So I did the ramp test and got.
What was your FTP there?
Oh, I don't know if I want to tell you.
Okay, that's okay. That's okay.
Did it start with the?
It put me at 240, and that was I rode the day before. I did 240 on the ramp test, and then I went out and rode the next day. I did single speed in the snow on the Krampus up the mountain, like 15, 16 miles in the snow on a single speed.
Wait, hold on. Let me just pare it back. What you said. You said you walked to school uphill both ways in the snow, no shoes. You didn't have the luxuries of gears and dropper posts and things like that back in your day. You are the Grinch. I think maybe.
He's from the 1900s.
The Gooch. Yeah. I'm the Gooch.
The Gooch.
We'll better do the intro, Graham. You want to roll us in right quick and.
Yeah. Well, welcome everyone. Sorry, we were just kind of shooting the shit a little bit, but welcome back to the Mixed Surfaces podcast. It's the off season, so we're grasping for content and things like that. But we always like to get together and have a good conversation. Love to hear your thoughts. If you guys got ideas of things or questions that you want to talk about or hear about us talk about with no authority or reasoning whatsoever, then drop it in the comments. But happy to have everybody along with us. And thanks to our sponsors, Olive. If you look scrolling across the bottom of your screen right now is a discount code for the best olive oil you'll find in the industry. And then of course, Real and Nutrition. I've been working on some of their recovery product. I'm having a protein shake every morning with the Real and Nutrition added in, which has been good. And then of course, Flat Tire Bike Company up there in PA. And World of Bikes out there in IA, both coated with snow right now. So, but that's how it goes. So, but yeah. So, Aria, you had hinted that you've gone soft on us already, but you really didn't want to get that check out into the snow and see what that monster truck can do.
No, it was 0 degrees outside.
0.
Yeah.
I've always heard that the colder temperatures is less friction. It makes you ride faster.
No,
that's what.
Once he hits 45, then I'll start running outside again.
45? That's going to be like June.
Yeah,
in Iowa.
That'll be like February, March.
If you're lucky,
know, man. Yeah, if you're lucky.
Months in the pain cave.
Yeah, dude.
That's
honestly,
the only way.
This winter, you guys are looking like, especially up in the Midwest, just set up for a rough winter this year. It's just been snowstorm after snowstorm.
Yeah, but I think it's making for some really fun groomed fat bike trails. So we haven't gotten this much snow in a while, like back to back, and it looks like we're gonna get another blizzard this week. So I might actually get out there on the fat bike and hit the trails if it's sunny and perfect conditions.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Did I see a Christmas lights ride from Wob the other night, and like 5 people showed up?
Yeah, no, it was so cold. Yeah, I didn't go.
Oh yeah, the Christmas lights, right? They usually there's like 40 people that do that, and it looked like it was a small crew.
It must have been cold.
No, because it was I think it was like 7 degrees when they did it.
Aria, did you just lose lights because it's so cold?
Yeah, we're having issues up here in Iowa. Things are serious, but
it was it was in the teens here this morning.
Jeez.
So it was chilly here, but it's warming up. Tomorrow is going to be a high of 40.
I don't miss that.
We'll be able to ride outside, Graham. I'll be able to ride outside.
Well, it'll probably be too cold or too muddy because it'll all melt off. But that's how it goes.
Yeah. So, Graham, what are you looking for in a gravel bike?
I know we were just talking about this before we hopped on. So I'm in the hunt for a new gravel bike. I love my gravel bike. I have an Obed GVR, which is it's a fun bike, but it only takes 42 mil tires. That's the biggest it'll do. And I just for the gravel around here, it's way you need more than that. So I've looked at a couple. So my big things are I want a bike that can at least do 2.2 mountain bike tires, right? That's probably the biggest thing. And then the rest, I'm not too worried about the frame, even what the brand is, but I want the right components, which is probably some sort of SRAM Explorer group set or something along that.
You cannot have a early 90s paint scheme because somebody else already has the early 90s paint scheme on their bike.
Who's that?
And they've got the 2.2 tires.
Who's that?
Yeah.
So I know because I've been looking for the 2.0, 2.2 tires as well. I And I found, so Scott has their cross-country mountain bike. They've got a frame fork combo that's made for drop bars. So it's a hardtail mountain bike frame with a rigid fork.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, is like much like I think a lot of our listeners, I still think that I'm fast, and I'm not. But I want a bike. I want a bike that's built to go fast, which means like aero qualities, all the thing, like gears that I'm never going to use, geometry that's like probably too aggressive, but I need that for my ego.
This Scott is something to look at. I mean, this Scott is something to look at.
What's it called? The Scott what?
I don't think it's a scale. It's their hardtail mountain bike. It's the scale, but it's the scale. Let me see if I can find it. GR or something maybe, because it's they're selling it with a fork.
Yeah, I'm happy to look at it, but I'm not gonna buy a freaking mountain bike and make that a gravel
and do
bike.
A drop bar setup.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that. Like I want like a real, like the Scott. What is the Addict?
The Addict, yeah.
I mean, I would be up for that. I think it takes 2.2s, right, or at least 2.1s.
I don't know.
Yeah. So why do you want the Addict? You know what you should be getting is the Crux.
The Crux specialized.
Specialized. Why Crux, Maria?
Hey, none of my flat tire nor do World of Bikes sell Specialized. I don't want anything to do with those brands.
Scott makes a super light bike. Their frames are just as light. Although the Crux, did you guys see that it's looking like Specialized is going to like redo a bunch of bikes?
Like some kind of recall or something?
No, they were going to. Well, it's the Crux hasn't had an update in a while. A couple of their bikes haven't been updated in a while, and I don't know the Flyway. That's kind of the one I was looking at.
What have they released that already, or is it still in?
Well, that is legit. Yeah, that. Let's take a look at that.
I don't know if it's.
What is that, like the Warbird meets the Cutthroat?
Yeah.
So it's like a little bit more racy.
Dude,
it looks a lot racy.
Graham, when you look at it, you'll be like, this is a bike that was meant to go fast.
Yeah. Like when you guys are picking new bikes, though, like do you guys look at like I feel like I started to look more at like the angles, like the head tube angle, the reach, the stack, and everything. Like, are you guys?
Yeah, I always
at
look at that stuff.
Yeah. Like, I don't know what the Flyway's geometry looks like. I'd be curious.
Keegan can tell us. He probably knows.
You know what? I will say that I have not dug into the geometry. I don't know that I don't have that information yet necessarily.
Dude, I can't find it. Yeah, I don't know. I can't.
I think it's still embargoed, but I think they have. They talked about it being out there. What was the race you guys did down there, Rhea? The last one.
Mid-South.
Yeah, the first three bikes that won the Mega were on Flyways.
Yeah, so if I had so hypothetically, and my wife is upstairs, can't hear me, but hypothetically, if I had,
I thought you told us earlier before we started recording that you're the master of your domain.
Listen, that was not live. That was not on the internet, not recorded. Come on, guys. But hypothetically, if I had, say, $7,000 to spend on a bike, like what bike should I get? And not just you two. I'm open to suggestions.
I feel like you could get
hold on, let me clarify too. So the races I'm going to be doing, like at least in the near future, are Sea Otter maybe Mid-South, and then probably going to do BWR Asheville, which is kind of road and gravel-ish. So those are like the 3 races that I'm thinking about. And then the gravel around here is
Champagne.
No, chunky.
No.
Like we're talking about like, limestone rock that's like sticking out of the gravel, like big chunks of rock, like step ups, like very much so. And it's like forest roads, so pretty chunky. So I need a bike that can handle the chunk, but I want to go fast on because I want to kick y'all's ass in the races that we're doing. And I also want, it's got to look good, right? It's got to be cool, and it's got to be durable. So what do I get?
Man. So I would say tire clearance, obviously, based on your situation. Tire clearance has to be a big consideration. I'm thinking you wait and see what the Salsa Flyway looks like, dude.
So I think the tire clearance is going to be a problem unless a bunch of bikes come out next year where they bump up that tire clearance, because most of the bikes out there are only rated for 45 mil.
Yeah.
Which kind of blows my mind too, is based on like even the pros switching over to mountain bike tires, and everybody, you put like, for example, the Trek Checkmate, amazing bike. But I don't think you can get all the way. You can put a 2-1 in there, but
no.
Yeah. Well, you can.
And this
you're gonna rub the carbon.
But you can put a 2-1 in there, but you better make sure it is gonna be dry through and through. Otherwise, you get any mud on there, you got holes in your fork.
What's so tough. There, all these bike frames and forks are rated for the 45 mil, and you think, okay, well, what's the real tire that I can squeeze in there? Because you get the right tire with the right rim, and you might be able to squeeze it into like the chain stays or the fork or something. But
and that rating, like that declared measurement, that's like a standard. Like there has to be like at least 4 millimeters of clearance on either side of the tire for it to be within the regulation. So like everybody knows that you can squeeze something else in. But to your point, Jason, when you talk about rim width and tire interactions, like that changes the game completely. Like you can flatten out a tire.
And especially some of the newer gravel specific rims, they're wider, so it kind of blows up your tire even a little bit wider than it should be in most cases. I've seen some people trying to go like with a 45 and put in a wide rim to get it up to like a 48 or something like that. So I really hope or wish that these guys, manufacturers, would start be like, hey, at the very minimum, I feel like a 55 should be the minimum clearance.
Well,
on most bikes,
they're gonna make sure everybody gets on these bikes that are 45 rated, and then they're gonna switch it up. Make everybody buy a whole new bike.
Well, so what do you guys think though? Should there's also the thought of I think Egan, I'll put it up on the stage, but like Egan saying doing like a gravel bike with a fork, like a suspension fork. Does it make more sense to go, 80 mils of suspension with a 44-45 tire as opposed to no suspension and a 2.0?
So that's a thought. My other thought was, what if you bought a frame and fork? You put like a 45 or a 50 on the back, or a 47, whatever, somewhere in there in the back. You bumped up the width of the fork in the front, and then you put 2.1. You have a little bit wider tire in the front, a little bit narrower in the back.
Yeah, I mean, I think that would make sense.
Yeah.
I guess the only issue is I do feel like I do feel like when I have slammed a rim on a gravel bike, it's almost always been on my back. where I've like tried to, something's like a rut's coming and I try to bunny hop and I get my front wheel over and then I just jam the back wheel into the rut. Like I would be worried about having lower volume there and like breaking a wheel, and I've been known to do that.
And then losing the race and then blaming the race on your equipment.
Yeah.
When you could have done your homework and had the right equipment.
Yeah, Mr. Mega Mid South.
Hey, what I don't think I blamed. Did I blame the my DNF on the equipment? No, I blamed it on me, man.
You blamed it on the equipment right here. This equipment right here.
That's right. Yeah, the brain wasn't ready. The mind wasn't ready.
Yeah.
the equipment was feeling, but the mind wasn't ready.
Yeah, I think Jason, you're right though. I don't know if I'm going to buy a package bike completely. I think I probably would want to frame, fork, wheel set, group set.
What drivetrain are you?
I think I'd probably go mullet, and do not the Explorer group set, but going ahead and like go up to like maybe the XO or even XX cassette, and then run like a 40 up front.
Yeah. See, I love my
four shifters.
Yeah.
So that way I get the brakes and the blips.
The blips.
Yeah.
Yeah. How the blips?
Well, the brakes are more important to me. Like I think because I've got the Maven, I got the SRAM Maven brakes on my mountain bike, and dude, those things are so strong.
Oh yeah.
One finger braking. And so the idea of one finger braking with like either the red or the force group set, I think would be that makes the most sense to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's pretty impressive though. I think you almost don't appreciate modern disc brakes until you actually come close to like crashing, and you realize just that stopping power, what it can do for you. Like when we did a Scouts ride, and I was suffering. I got dropped like 8 times. We're going down we're bombing down this hill, probably doing like 30 some miles an hour. And we go around this corner, Amazon delivery van out on the gravel road in the middle of the road. So we all like just start getting off, and we had like maybe 25 feet to like not crash into each other, like 6 of us. And being able to like slow that bike down so fast. Yeah, no, it made me a believer. It's like,
do you guys remember when when disc brakes first came out in road racing, and they wanted to ban them because they were worried that they were going to like cut people's legs off and sever limbs during crashes.
Yeah, they weren't worried about the chain rings. They were worried about
That's a good one. Yes, they forgot about the chain rings.
The chain ring that's hanging out there, right there, where you get hung up in.
Yeah. Speaking of disc brake injuries, though, one I'm actually very surprised that I don't hear about more often are people burning themselves on disc brakes.
Have you?
I never have, and I've never met anyone that has, or I've heard of anything. But like I think about, it's like I'm watching the Tour de France, and there's like a big downhill crash, or even like a sprint crash where they've been braking a lot. I am surprised that no one's ironed their calf or forearm from a disc brake before.
Dude. So that Italy trip, we were going downhill so much. Right. That would have been the place.
Yeah,
to give yourself a scar there.
Brand yourself.
Were smoking hot coming down those hills. I mean, you were riding your brakes, 4-piston front and rear brakes, and they were getting hot.
It would say a lot about your bike. Say like you brand yourself, and you've got Tektro. Tektro right there on your arm.
You might get a sponsorship out of that. Be like, man, this is new marketing. It's a whole different level of marketing.
This guy's legit. Yeah, I've thought about that before, because I have after a long descent, even here, which may be like a 15-minute descent, but taking a sip of water and drop some water on my brakes, and they steam up.
So
Do you see the goofball? I've seen it on Instagram a couple of times. Some goofball was sketching on the back of a truck. He's no helmet.
Oh,
he's on the front wheel. He's got a hold of the bumper of the truck with his toes, and he's sitting like on the handlebars and just screaming those front brakes. They were orange.
They're glowing. They start sparking. Yeah. It's crazy.
Was that on YouTube or something?
Yeah.
It was on the Instaface.
It was before AI took over. So I think it was actually hopefully real. Who knows?
Yeah.
But,
dude, like all the videos now, like freaking AI videos.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's insane. Speaking of which, did you guys hear the rumor that Keegan might be moving to Specialized? Do you think that is even something that would happen?
I would be very disappointed in Keegan. I think he's a pretty straight up guy, and if he goes to Specialized, I'm gonna be really upset.
I agree, right? He would be the LeBron of gravel cycling.
You think so?
If you can't beat him, join him.
Well, right? He can beat him.
Yeah, but
Wait, hold on, Jason. Why would you be sad? Why do you think it's a sellout? Like Santa Cruz to Specialized, like what's we're going from rich California to rich California.
Well, no, but the thing is, because I see Jason's point too. It's like you're joining a team already that has the which I guess I get it, but I also like if we're looking at a privateer stance, you joining a team with the only other guy that can beat you really on a good day, obviously minus Simone and Cam Jones and stuff. But yeah, that's my only disappointment would be like build your own team where you're the head, you're the big boss in charge. And let Beers do his thing.
All my animosity for Specialized comes from the fact that they kind of got rid of they've essentially got rid of all their brick and mortar stuff, and they went direct to consumer. They're like Canyon. So yeah, of course they've got all this money to pay for their athletes because they don't have to pay for any shop owners, They don't have to pay any mechanics to fix their bikes and stuff. I mean, they do pay these people, but that's
Canyon's the same way too, right?
Canyon never was a brick and mortar. They were never in a shop, I don't think.
That's true.
I think they were just straight direct to consumer.
And they actually don't have any heaters in Lifetime, right?
Nope.
No.
You guys want to hear my opinion? I'll let you guys rant for a second.
I want to hear.
So Keegan joining Specialized, wildest dream come true for me for a fan.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna be so excited. I was like, oh no.
Could care less about Keegan. Could care less. But here's my argument. So I have wanted in Lifetime, what has been my thing that I've wanted more than anything?
Team
racing. So this, if Keegan joins Specialized, you have Keegan, Beers. Who's the other Specialized rider?
Finsty, right? Finsty still was Specialized.
Yeah, Finsty.
Yeah.
So those three guys at least. Plus, like they'll probably have some more younger riders or lower down the Grand Prix. You got those guys. You got Simon Pilot, he was second overall, right? So he rides for Tudor. One of the new guys in the Lifetime Grand Prix is a Tudor rider. So that means he's got a teammate. May have another, say they bring two other guys that aren't in the Lifetime but are going for the wild card, bring those guys in. Now you got two like 4-person teams racing against each other. And Tudor is going to be a European team that understands race tactics, that understands how to do things. And then you've got Keegan and Matt and Finsty and maybe a couple others who don't know how to race as a team facing off against each other. Like, I think it does mean that there's going to be a 2-horse race for the Lifetime Grand Prix next year, which will be Specialized versus Tudor. And then maybe if Cam Jones and Scott can get their act together, they can do some stuff. But I think it's super cool because even though Lifetime didn't specify that there would be teams, there are now teams. And that is super cool.
And it's going to be very hard for Lifetime to kind of put a kibosh on that.
Exactly.
Like once these brands start making their teams, then it's like a race for everybody now. Like,
and why would they? Like, I've never understood, like, Lifetime now has an opportunity and they probably won't take it, but they have this chance to say, like, imagine if, like, now people are not just like, they have jerseys. They they have swag for I'm a specialized fanboy or girl or person. Like, I really like Tudor. It's a chance to kind of build that audience and, I don't know, collaborate and, like, interact with that audience a little bit more.
Absolutely. Yeah. And maybe the infrastructure is just not, maybe the infrastructure is not just there yet. Because mainly these races are mass participation races, and maybe trying to figure out, hey, when do the pros race and have a fair race? And I mean, there's a lot of logistics to keep in mind, but I would think Lifetime should be happy that this is happening, because this keeps the steam and the interest in, the Lifetime Grand Prix. So it'll be very cool. It'll be very cool. I think I'm ready for a change. I feel like the last 3 years now of Lifetime, or 4 years, I've been kind of predictable, but having a teams in there, I think that's gonna make things exciting. Although Beers had the the road career, I think, for only a year or so. So he's got some world tour. I don't know if he did the world tour, but he was on the team.
Do you think so? Hypothetical situation: Sea Otter rolls around the race. Keegan and Beers are on the same team. Beers gets into the early breakaway with like 4 other guys. Is Keegan gonna chase, or is Keegan gonna let him go?
If they're on the team, he's gonna let him go, because those two are already buddies anyway.
They better be paying Keegan a lot of money then.
Keegan's gonna chase.
You think he's gonna chase?
If he's moving there, they're probably paying him a lot of money to move there in the first place. I feel like.
Yeah, dude, but he's a winner. Like, if you think
you go to the race to win,
if you think you can win a race, that's you just talked about privateer life. Like, these guys are still all privateers,
correct,
in their hearts.
Yeah. That's the very foundation of the Lifetime. It's privateering.
So is Keegan gonna let Matt Beers just ride away?
He goes to Specialized, gains 20 pounds, and comes in 15th.
Dylan Johnson.
Yeah.
15th or 16th, one of those two is usually his spot.
He's got his money. He's got his.
I thought it was very odd, because Matt Beers jumped on that thread that I was looking at, where somebody was peddling these rumors. Matt Beers' comment was at the very top, like, "Oh, this is news to me," So somebody maybe sent it to him, or I don't know. Maybe
I think Velo News dropped a article that, like, I don't think Keegan has announced it officially, but Velo News dropped like a pretty official article that it was a thing that's happening. So
so I think money is going to be exchanging hands, big money on the flatbed truck.
Big money.
Yeah, big money.
Yeah. Let me tell you, big money.
Yeah, it's gonna be weird, watching him getting off that Santa Cruz and jumping on the Specialized, So be cool.
You love Specialized. Your first bike was a Specialized, wasn't it?
My first gravel bike was Specialized. Yeah,
I've had a couple.
It suffered from 36 millimeter tires on that thing. But that's how I like to ride gravel. I made it work. I was able to actually put 38s in there, and then we did the icy gravel, and I got mud, and then I scraped the crap out of my fork.
Yeah.
And then it was aluminum, so I was able to fix it and then send it off.
It was what? Aluminium?
Yeah. Aluminium.
Yeah.
Aluminums.
It's America. Yeah. Aluminum.
No. I speak how I speak, man.
Oh man. speaking of weird things and saying them weird, have y'all seen this magnet bike, Aria? This thing's right up your alley.
Dude, like this thing is crazy. Like this dude, I watch him every so often, and he made this bike. Let me see. Let's see.
I caught a blip of it. I didn't get a good look at it, but
yeah, it's kind of insane.
Oh, that's a specialized. So that's a specialized magnet bike, huh?
No, that's not it.
No, that's not it. But he's gonna cut to his crazy magnet bike here in a bit. Let me jump forward here to where he rides it. It's pretty cool. Let's do a full size here. Look, look at that thing.
What the heck? He's like, look, it's pretty light too. I can lift it.
It's probably like 80 pounds.
Don't leave it near your phone, right?
But he's gonna take it. He looks like so in town riding. Looks like he did pretty well, you know. But then once he hits the
no.
Yeah, man. This is it, Graham. This is your next gravel bike right here. You know.
Does he take it off a drop ever?
He's gonna take it off on that. Let's go. He's gonna take it in a pump truck.
How do you do you like swap out the magnets if you get fatter?
Well, no, I think you
like how do you do that? Like do I have my winter weight?
I know, yeah, because then all of a sudden your sack is all wrong and everything. Yeah, like look at that.
Well, I mean, I guess the thing with magnets though is like as they get closer, the force gets stronger.
Yeah, it repels. Like, but then I think once he does it, he was hitting the limit there.
Oh yeah,
that's the thing. Did you see it? Yeah, it moved.
Yeah. I think you busted something. I think.
I could see it if you had like guides for the magnets.
Yeah.
What do you think about the magnet shoe clips,
dude? So I even didn't know that was a thing. And there's a lady who lets me dry camp by her, in front of her house in Emporia during
Unbound do week. What? Dry what?
Dry camp.
Mooch dock? Isn't that mooch docking?
I thought you said
that's mooch docking. Graham, get your mind out of the gutter here. We're talking about camping, okay?
I'll get my mind out of the cornfields.
But she rides with those magnetic clips.
Yeah.
And she said they're fantastic.
Yeah.
They give her a solid, bind on the bike, on the pedals, and she says she really likes them.
So how do you get out of them?
You just kind of pull with a lot of force.
Same way as regular step.
So it might be you twist.
Yeah, you probably just push them out.
I'd be about it.
Yeah,
like for mountain biking for sure, I'd be down for it. But I'm in the road pedal camp for gravel bikes. So
here you go, Graham. I got a better picture for you.
Yeah, those are mountain bike pedals too. That's how they have.
Yeah, those are cool.
Yeah,
and they're pretty easier to walk in since that thing is like kind of flush.
They're flat. Yeah,
till you get on an escalator.
And they probably got a lot of float too.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I wouldn't like that because like I like to have like a solid track for my knee, or else I start to get some pain.
Yeah.
Oh, really? I like float. I like a lot of I like to be able to like kind of move a little bit.
Yeah, you just like go with the flow a little bit.
Yeah, I like to sideways it out. Yeah. No,
he does that. Cool, that's why he likes the mooch dock. Dry camp.
That's right.
Yeah.
He likes that variety.
Somebody's got to do it. But no, I thought that was a pretty cool concept. It would be interesting to actually test them out and see how. How they ride and stuff.
I wonder who's thinking about, I know there is somebody out there thinking about shock absorbers, like the magnet shock absorbers. But you like a shock absorber, but there's magnets inside there. Maybe that's a new idea. Maybe I should patent that thing. Because you can do they have those rail guns where they shoot around a steel with magnets just by.
Yeah, so not a far cry from rail guns to
shock absorbers, magnet shock absorbers.
I'm sure it's out there. I feel like suspension, if you think about bike tech, I feel like we've come until we redefine what the drivetrain looks like, there's not a whole lot there. For brakes, the next thing would be like wireless brakes, and that scares me. I don't really want that. So then I think the next thing is like, how do you continue to improve your suspension setup? And I think it'll be trickle down from like flight attendant kind of machine learning and things like that, and applying that to the bike. I think that'll just trickle down and become cheaper over time before magnets or nuclear fission get involved.
Suspension is there's a lot of gains left in suspension, I think.
Where I think the biggest gain is? I think the biggest gain in suspension is how user-friendly it is. I think people are afraid of suspension. I was afraid of suspension for a long time. I was afraid of setting sag. I was afraid of setting rebound. I didn't understand it, and it's not hard to learn, but it's hard enough to learn to where the average consumer isn't going to do it. And so I think if I could tell SRAM/Rock Shocks or Fox or, Zeb or not Zeb, sorry, Cane Creek or whoever, like, figure out a way to make suspension easier for people to understand and adjust.
So what we're doing, doing at Flat Tire is we've got telemetry stuff that we've put on your fork and on your shock, and we'll meet you out at a trail. We'll set up that suspension, do multiple runs in a couple of different sections to try and really fine tune that suspension up specifically for you.
That's cool.
Yeah. And this is all, so it's like it's essentially you bolt a rod to the front of the shock and a rod to the back of the shock. And there's a sensor inside there that slides back and forth that says how much shock you're using when you put it on the fork and on the rear shock. And it's really cool. Really cool.
That is sick.
That's really cool. Yeah. Do you guys offer that with every mountain bike you buy, or is it just
no? That's a custom thing. That's like is
it added service?
I think we're doing like a $300 or $400 for a couple hours out in the field to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you can, I feel like if you're spending $8,000 on a mountain bike, or even $4,000 on a mountain bike, spending that extra bit to so that you can get the most out of your suspension might sound like $300 to $400 might sound a lot, but if you're going to ride that for hundreds of hours, it's kind of nice to be able to have that fine tuned.
And think about, the enduro mountain bike scene and the downhill stuff, the competition, that's a big deal. I mean,
it just even for the average rider though. Having your suspension dialed versus even off a little bit, it will make your ride so much different. Really change the effort level you have to put into things, your ability to recover. But the other thing too, though, is like I like what you're doing there, Jason. The other piece is that if I'm doing say like my 100-hour service on a shock, I would kind of want again, because who knows, maybe after 100 hours I've lost 10 pounds or I've gained 15 pounds, and or my riding style has changed. I would need that suspension setup done again. Like, it'd be kind of cool to figure out a way to follow up. And again, what I was saying is, I think it's a lot to put on the customer to do, and it's even a lot to put on the bike shop. But if like these companies can figure out a way to coach their customers to make things as easy as, when you update your iPhone, like, hey, here's a shock fork update. You need to go ride, it could learn your rides that you do. It says, go ride this section, so it can see it again, and it'll tell you what it needs to be adjusted to. Like, I don't think that's far off.
Do you guys know
Yeah.
what rebound setting are on your mountain bikes, or what compression setting you're on?
Not off the top of my head.
Nobody does, really.
No.
World of Bikes, Ryan Baker, he did write my stuff down for me. I do have the piece of paper. I took a picture of it. But yeah, he did like, hey, just kind of good to know this if you're somewhere, if you're traveling and you're getting some kind of work done, being able to know those numbers. I'm like, oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. I mean, no, seriously, most people don't know how many clicks of rebound adjustment they actually have.
Right. That's the thing. They don't even I think
I didn't even know what a click is.
Dude, most people look down at their rear shock and they say, okay, is it firm or is it open? Or, is it closed or is it open?
Yeah.
And then they see that other dial and they're like, oh, fuck,
what's that?
I'm not going to mess with that because it must be okay. And then they ride.
Or they turn it and they go, oh, this has clicks to it. All right, how many are there? Oh, there's 15. Well, I'll put it in the middle.
Dude, and people, listeners, don't get me wrong. I am right there with you. Like, you can have the best setup in the world, but life changes, things change, especially for us average riders. And I wish there was a easy how-to guide on how to make sure that I was set up every single time, because I know I'm not, and I'm not getting the most out of my bike. And
so one of the things that Swede has been telling me, Swede's our suspension guy, and when I was going over to Italy, I was trying to get this
Swede
bike.
does sound like a suspension guy kind of name.
Dude, he's
Swede, the suspension guy.
He's on it, and so he's like, we're trying to get the suspension dialed in, and those little rubber rings on your fork.
What are those for? Yes, please go ahead.
Those are really just to clear the dirt off of there. No, they're. They're indicators. So you set your sag based on that ring. So there's a process to setting your sag. Like bounce it up and down the bike a little bit here and there, and then you set the sag. And then when you're riding, at the end of your ride, you really want those rings to be like way at the top of the fork, like pretty much the top of the fork, and way down at the bottom of the travel. And I've always kind of like, all right, I get if I can get it like close to the top, within like half an inch or 3/4 of an inch, and they're like, no, you're leaving 3/4 of an inch of suspension out there that you're not even using. He's like, you got an $800,000 fork. Why are you not using the whole thing?
See, this is what Graham's saying. That is complex.
Yeah,
and you're a bike shop guy, and it's like, and you just like really getting into it. Like, imagine me who doesn't even know how to work on bikes. Like the learning curve is kind of through the roof.
And they're like, and I'm like, but that isn't. I said, isn't it bottoming out? And they're like, yeah. If they're like, you want to be just almost bottoming out, or maybe bottoming out.
I've heard that you should be bottoming out your fork, not like smashing it.
No, not all the time, but
yeah. I mean, but to Aria's point and to what I was saying earlier is like, I think all of this is fine and good to talk about, but the frustrating part is that there's a knowledge gap, and bike shops, people are afraid of bike shops. People are afraid of asking questions at bike shops. Bike shops have all the knowledge and want to help, but like there needs to be some sort of way to bridge that gap, because like, especially for off-road riding, when things get more complicated, like, another thing, I'm so terrified of my pivot bolts.
Yeah.
I would never ever, mess with those. And I know it says the torque spec right there,
Yeah.
But I'm just afraid of them. I'm like, they must be working. Like, it's fine. But I don't know. Maybe we all need a Jason in our back pocket on every ride, and they can.
We're doing a lot of suspension work.
Dude, it sounds awesome what you guys are doing.
Yeah, we're doing a lot of suspension work, and I'm telling you, I've rebuilt a full suspension bike today, and the bike looked great. It felt good. I start taking the rear triangle apart. There's what? Probably almost a dozen bearings in this suspension linkage, and probably half of them were gravelly and notchy.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's the good stuff. I mean, I think people want to be able to go out and ride their bikes and have them perform the way they expect, and there's just like not a lot of stuff that they realize it's happening. But yeah, having a relationship, we've said this before, having a relationship with your shop is the best thing you can do as a bike rider.
Who the heck is Avalanche 111111111?
It's Egan.
It's Egan.
Oh, that's Egan now.
He changed his name. He goes by
his name. Well, now we've just dimed him. We've just dimed him out.
We've outed him.
Yeah, we got him. We know Egan. We got you. No, like honestly, like Graham, you're right though. It's like having a relationship with your bike shop is amazing. First of all, like maybe there's been so many times I've called them even when I'm traveling, just to get some advice on something that's happened with my bike or something. Like, hey, this is what's going on. Like, it saves you such a peace of mind. Just go into the shop and talk to the guys. They don't bite. They don't bite.
Bring in the shop.
And you have a high performance machine. It is going to cost money to replace these parts that eventually wear out. But if you can A, establish a relationship, and B, get in front of some of that stuff, you can do so much preventative maintenance that may or often may not cost you any money.
Well,
because like you can have that relationship, and these guys like Jason and Egan and everyone will tell you before you have a disaster on your hands. Yep. And save you a lot of money.
What did we talk about last week? Buy the chain checker.
And no, we said don't do that. We said wax your chain, and then you never have to worry about it again.
Well, the chain checker. If you catch that chain before it gets too far, that saves you $800, $60 or $70 for a cassette.
Yeah.
If you SRAM cassette. Transmission.
Oh man, yeah.
You're not taking the missus out for dinner that weekend.
We sold a GX.
You're sleeping on the couch.
Yeah, you're sleeping on the couch with your freaking new cassette.
A GX cassette was what, $260 or something?
Yeah.
The red Explorer cassette is $600.
$600.
$600.
Yeah, because when we did the miles per, on the cassette, it was like expensive, more expensive than gas, than a gallon of gas. I think it was like somewhere like $6 or something like that.
Crazy.
We should bring on Sweet, the suspension guy.
He does want to come on.
I want to talk about that.
He does.
Like Graham said, like,
let me know whenever you guys want to do it. I'll have him over. We'll
bring in the suspension thing and kind of showing us how it works.
I want to walk away with the customer guide to talking to a bike shop employee.
All right.
That's what I want to walk away with, because that's what people need, right? Like, I mean, if there's one thing we could get from this podcast, it would to make people feel more comfortable, like engaging in the bike community and feeling comfortable about what they have and asking questions at their bike shops to have a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it'd be cool.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, and I think honestly, for me, my riding lifestyle got so much better just committing to a bike shop and being an extension of my family. Really, it's like anytime I need some, just go to the shop. Talk to those guys, and it helps you out a lot. It might seem intimidating, but just go talk to anybody, drink their coffee, drink their water. Some have even beer that you can drink. So,
after 5.
Yeah, after 5. Yeah. So definitely do it.
There's whiskey floating around World of Bikes.
Yeah.
Whiskey shots.
What else we got, Uria?
I think that's it. My lights is freezing out here. I might have to get a new light. I don't know. It's like the red light district keeps going on and off. You guys been down that district before?
There's something else we wanted to mention.
I think that's it, right?
I think so.
Oh, you're talking about your Strava recap.
Oh yes, yeah.
I haven't seen mine yet.
Graham, did you get your Strava recap? Your year-end review?
Yeah. All it said was you rode harder and with more quality than anyone else on your podcast. So that's all it said.
I will say you probably did.
Lies.
With me. But I will say my Spotify age is 30.
30.
Whoa.
For my
so
age.
Is it based on your music? So
yeah.
What's you listening to what the kids are listening to these days? Huh?
He's listened to like a lot of Katy Perry, Miley Cyrus.
What's that? Billie Eilish.
Bieber.
21 Pilots.
21 Pilots.
Yeah. My nephew's got me going 21 Pilots.
21 Pilots. Those guys are good. I actually will go play them right after this.
Little Kanye before he went crazy.
Garmin has Garmin has the year in review. I think to me it is the best one.
Garmin's year in review. You are supposed to rest for 127 hours, 300 days, and you only rested for 10 hours.
Dude, so this is what's frustrating about this whole situation. When you ask that, it is clear and evident that Garmin is able to put rich data and nice graphics and like compact information that's easy to read and like right there. Based on the year-end review, I'm like, you guys have the ability to make this app look any way you want to. Why have we settled on this style? Because the way they presented their year-end stuff was really cool. So cool. I think it's the best one. I didn't have as many miles as I thought I did this year, though. So
yeah, I was low on miles too. But
how many miles are you guys sitting at for the year?
I'm at 38,000. I mean 3,800.
Graham?
Not good.
I think I'm at like 1,600 on the bike with like 300 running and then maybe like 100 miles of skiing. So
jeez.
Yeah.
Did you look? What I don't like about Garmin is they go your year is from today to the last year of today.
So you didn't get your Rafa Festa 500 in?
No.
Jason loves collecting those freaking bonus things with Strava and Garmin.
If either one of you do the Festive 500, I will quit the podcast. I'm just letting you know right now. But I would be embarrassed. Yeah.
My Strava says I'm sitting at 2,300 miles for the year, which is I don't think it's been that low
since 87.
12 years, I think.
87. How much elevation though? Because that's what I ran into is when I moved back to Tennessee, my mileage goes down, but then my elevation goes up. Let me see how much elevation I did. What'd you get, Aria? What's your elevation?
I have
142,000.
Yeah.
My elevation for
big boy numbers
for the date for today is 126,000.
Let's see.
How much? 126,000?
Yeah.
Man, I got you guys all bit. So looks like I'm gonna win for sure next year. And this is me not even trying right here.
Oh, I got 7 KOMs this year though, Aria.
Whoa. I
don't even know where to find that.
See, I'm telling you, Garmin does it best, to be honest.
168,000 feet of elevation for me.
Whoa.
And 1,500 miles.
Okay, you're gonna need to step up the mileage, man, if you're gonna beat Jason and I.
I'm dragging my fat ass up and down these hills. I don't need to step up the mileage at all.
I'm
doing fine.
That's true. So cool though. But yeah, I saw that. Let's see. There was another. I don't want to show you guys my pod numbers because I don't want you guys to be, too worried.
Well, I don't believe them anyways, but we should at some point here in the next week or two do a 2026 goals and challenges, and then see if we actually hit them at the end of the year.
I'm down for it. I'm down for it.
We should think about it.
We should do that right after New Year's.
After New Year's.
Like New Year's resolution thing?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Before.
We could do that. Maybe a New Year's episode.
Yeah.
Maybe we could take some audience challenges too, and we could pick one.
Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. I think we should shut it down.
Cool.
Tyler, you just get in there. You just showed up.
He shows up late. It's all good.
Yeah.
Well, thanks everybody. As always, check out our sponsors: Flat Tire Bike Company, World of Bikes, Olive Olive Oil, and Real and Nutrition. But we'll see you guys next week. If you guys ever got any thoughts or suggestions or topics, DM us on Instagram. That's probably the easiest way. Follow us there, and if not, leave a comment on the YouTube or rate us on iTunes or Spotify. Helps us out a little bit. Yeah, we like to have some fun.
Yeah, we got us out. We got some good numbers this week from Maria.
Yeah,
we've got some positive.
Yeah.
Shout out to Finland.
Finland. Thank you.
Germany and South Africa. Yeah, thank you for putting us in the top 20% of Spotify videos. So that's really cool. And we certainly appreciate you guys being here every week with us and putting up with us jibber jabbering. We got exciting guests lined up. We're gonna keep you guys entertained for sure, through and through. All right, peace out. Until the next one, guys.
Man.